Hi guys, welcome back to Otome Tuesday. I'm Kaylie, and we are still playing Halloween Otome. Mwahaha! And we have decided, or I have decided, to go after Mr. Wolf because it seems like things are going pretty well with him. And I'm wearing my adorable cat PJs again. So, yeah, we will go ahead and get started. I can't remember what day. I think this is day 5, I want to say. I don't know. We'll find out. I felt really optimistic when I woke up the next morning. Feels like today's task is going to be a good one. I was still in a good mood when Eric began his announcement. Good morning. So some people apparently take issue with not being able to skip the task without gaining points. Why would they think they'd get points for skipping? While I cannot allow someone to get the same or more points from skipping than someone would from actually completing a task, I have come up with a compromise. Whether you make use of it is up to you. People have complained about the clues being too strange, so today you will have no clue. Instead, the terms of the task will be plainly outlined. Head to your team's meeting room for instructions. That is all. I wonder what's up with him. His speech deflated my spirits a bit, but I tried to shrug it off as I headed to the meeting room. Only Mr. Wolf was there when I arrived. This is like the first task meeting. Good morning, Miss Archer. Good morning, Mr. Wolf. The others seem to be taking their time. Yeah. Any idea what today's task is going to be about? Not really. I mean, there was a guy here with instructions when I arrived, but he left. He said something about waiting until we were all here before returning. I guess he doesn't want to repeat himself. Guess so. Right, I'm here. Sorry I'm late, but we can start... Wait, where's Mr. Bandages? No clue. Maybe he overslept? Maybe. I suppose there's nothing we can do about it except wait. Someone could go and wake him up. Right after I said that, he stumbled into the room. Oh no, he looks sick or something. Somehow I don't think that's necessary. Mr. Bandages, are you okay? Fine. You look a little under the weather, and that's putting it nicely. I'm fine. Can we get this started? We have to wait for the instructions guy to come back. He swayed on his feet. Maybe you should take a seat. Or go to bed. The game isn't more important than you. Cut it out. I can do this. I'm fine. Your definition of fine seems different from mine. Mr. Bandages just glared at the Count. The man with the instructions chose that moment to return. Now that everyone is here, we can get this task started. Please, everyone take a seat. We all sat down, but Mr. Bandages kept glaring. Today's task is extra hard to make up for the chance to skip the game and still gain points. Mr. Bandages jumped out of his seat and slammed his hand to the table. The what? I take it you didn't listen to this morning's announcement then? Eric added it in. Why would he even... That's just stupid. Why the hell would anyone even bother with the task? Actually, what kind of lame-brained... Sit down and shut up. Why you... You look like you're on the verge of passing out, and your little hissy fit isn't about to change anything, so for once just be quiet. Honestly, you're giving me a headache. Mr. Bandages reluctantly lowered himself back down onto his seat. There's a way to skip the task, but I doubt anyone would try it. It's a luck-based game, and losing means you forfeit not only this task's point, but yesterday's as well. There's only a 1% chance of success, and... I'll do it. The hell you will! I'm not letting you throw away our chance to earn points! Mr. Bandages has a point. Maybe we should see what the task is before you make a decision. Fine. The task requires the 4 of you to collect certain objects from around the mansion. That doesn't sound so bad. The estate. Oh, the whole estate? Yes, and the servants are not allowed to speak to you during this time. The task has a time limit of 1 hour, and the rooms the items are located in are booby-trapped. Someone pissed Eric off, didn't they? Is this task even possible to complete? Depending on where the items are, it might be possible, but it'd take a lot of work, and I'm not sure Mr. Bandages could. I'm fine. I can do this. That's what you say, but your body seems to disagree. Not like it matters. I'm taking the luck game. But that's a 1% chance. Are you sure you want to? While I'd love to say go for it, I have to acknowledge that the odds are against you. Trust me on this. You can't be serious. This is preposterous. Be sensible. Sometimes being sensible isn't sensible. That doesn't even make any sense. Look, you're in no condition to go running around the estate, and what happens if you end up needing medical help because of the exertion makes your condition worse? You can't win the game if you can't even play it. He turned to Mr. Wolf and the Count. You guys can't let her... I actually think she has a valid point. Me too. I'd rather forfeit some points than risk your health. Looks like you've been outvoted. So you're really going with the luck game? Yes. Don't say I didn't warn you. I won't. He pulled out a small device from his coat and placed it on the table. This machine will generate a number from 1 to 100. If you guess the right number, your team will get 5 points. Okay. What's your number? 92. The man starts the device. I don't believe it. What? What happened? See for yourself. He pushed the device closer to us. It shows my number. Wow, that's amazing. Looks like we have our own Lady Luck. So we get 5 points now? Yes. Today's task is over for your team. I'll just be leaving now. The man gathered up his things and left. For a moment, we all just sat there stunned. Then the Count broke the silence. So how did you get sick anyway? I took a swim in the lake. Why would you... You fell in, didn't you? You probably should go back to bed now that the task is done. Stay away from swimming until after the game is over. Get lots of fluids and plenty of rest. Yeah, I'm going. All being around you guys is doing is adding to my headache. All that suspense made me hungry. Me too. Hey, wait. We didn't get breakfast. You're right. You could probably ask one of the staff to provide something, or just get something from the pantry. Sounds good. Where's the pantry? I'll show you. Mr. Wolf and I followed the Count through the hallways until we arrived at a large set of double doors. The kitchen is through these doors. Even as he said it, he was already pushing one of them open. He went into the nearest of the serving staff. Could you see to it that Mr. Bandages has breakfast sent up to his room? He seems to be unwell. The server nodded and set about putting a breakfast tray together. Well, Miss Archer, Mr. Wolf, I'll leave you two to it. Enjoy the food. It was nice of him to do that. Yeah, you wouldn't think it with how they argue, but I think they might just be friends. Seems like it. Yeah, now, I wonder where there is to eat in a fancy kitchen like this. This place looks better stocked than some of the restaurants I used to work at. You used to work at a restaurant? What kind? Well, the last one was a 5-star seafood restaurant, and they were always well stocked, but never to this extent. 5-star, huh? You must have met some interesting people working there. Yeah, it's actually where I met my manager. Well, that sounds like an interesting story. It really isn't. I find it very interesting. How did he find out you could sing? Were you singing to yourself while working or something? Did you serenade a customer? Were you in the men's... My boss didn't care what I did on my breaks as long as I didn't disturb the guests. So I used to play the piano in the corner of the room. I loved that job because I'd never gotten to play on an actual grand piano before. There's just something about playing on one of those that makes me feel so different from playing on a keyboard. Now I see it. See what? How someone as shy as you became a singer. You really love music to the point where you lose yourself in it. That's how you can sing in front of crowds, isn't it? When I'm singing, it's like a whole world just melts away. You know, Mira always watches those singing competitions and talks about how people are so passionate about their music and how they connect with it and the audience, but I always thought it was just words. Guess you proved me wrong. Who's Mira? A friend of yours? Yeah, Mira is my best friend. She can be a lot to deal with, but I'd never trade her for anyone else. She's impulsive, outgoing, and pretty blunt, but her heart's in the right place. You know, I think she'd like you, or like getting you to blush anyway. What? Mira loves making guys squirm. I see. I remember one time when we were prawn ravioli with seafood bisque. What? Can we, make it? It was the signature dish at the restaurant I worked for. Sounds delicious. And do you know the recipe? Yeah, I used to do shifts in the kitchen when they were busy. And you could, hypothetically speaking, teach someone to make this dish? Yeah, do you want me to teach you? Yes, please. Alright, well, do you think they'd mind us using part of the kitchen to cook? Only one way to find out. I asked the head chef if it'd be okay for us to use part of the kitchen, and he agreed, even going as far to say if there was anything we needed in the kitchen that they didn't stock, we could tell him and he'd make sure it was procured. Mr. Wolf was a very patient teacher who explained things in an easy-to-understand manner, and we managed to cook the ravioli with no mishaps. When it was done, we decided not to eat in the crowded kitchen and instead took our dish to the courtyard. I took a bite and nearly moaned in bliss. Wow. This is really good. The restaurant owner must have been really sad when you left. It's all thanks to your hard work. You really know your way around a kitchen. You're not the only one who worked in a few restaurants. You did too? Where? Nowhere nearly as prestigious, and I can honestly say none of them had anything this good. You'd make a good husband. Whoa. You'll make a good wife, too. Thanks. I pick up a flask of tea and take a sip while looking over at the beautiful courtyard. Flask of tea, huh? I'm going to be sad when this getaway is over. For all the strange tasks, I've really started to like it here. Me too. Must be the gorgeous food. Aww. Yeah, that's it. Ooh, things are heating up. Mr. Wolf's starting to get a little crush on me, I think. I just woke up when the announcement tone rang out. He's early today. Good morning, everyone. He seems cheerful this morning. I'm sure everyone enjoyed yesterday's task. What? Now, after all that running around, I'm certain you'd like some time to rest and recuperate. Another rest day? I'm giving you not one, but 2 rest days. That's right. Take today and tomorrow off. Have fun! I'm going back to bed. I spent most of the day just relaxing, but by mid-afternoon I decided it was time to give Mira a call. I pulled out my phone, one of the servants had returned it earlier, and dialed the number I knew of by heart. Sure enough, it was picked up almost as soon as it began ringing. Mira, hi, it's Kaylie. Sorry for not call... Forget about that! Spill! I'm practically bursting with curiosity here! Well, what do you want to know? Everything! The ceiling in my room is... Okay, not everything, the interesting things! The food is delicious. Guys! Have you met any guys? Sort of. How do you sort of meet someone? Turns out the getaway is an elaborate game and no one uses their real... A game? Yep, we were split into teams of 4. Any guys in your team? 3. Lucky. Any idea who they really are? None whatsoever. Well, you never did take much interest in famous people. Maybe I can help you figure it out. Maybe. I do have somewhere to be soon, but that can wait. If you're going to have to leave, then I should probably ask about the guy I want to know about the most. Probably. Hey, do you think I look better in a red dress or a blue dress? Blue if you're headed to a party, red if it's a date. Thanks, you're a lifesaver. So, any idea which guy? Mr. Wolf. Mr. Who? That's his game name. Sounds dangerous. He's anything but that. He's a shy singer. Shy? I guess famous people can be shy. Still, you don't hear much about shy singers, the outrageous ones, though. He's taller than me. Aren't most people? But shorter than the other guys. He seems to have humble beginnings. Not too unusual for a singer. Sometimes all it takes is one hit. So any idea? No one really comes to mind. Maybe if you were more specific. Any defining character traits? He's shy and polite. Blushes a lot. No tattoos? No piercings? I wouldn't know. He wears this full-covered werewolf costume. His hair is gray, though, and his eyes... Hair color and style can be changed, and he could be wearing contacts to throw people off. True, especially with Eric being gung-ho about keeping identities secret. Wait, you call him Eric? Is there something I should know? Everyone calls him Eric. Probably because everyone's famous. You're not. They don't know that, so it'd be weird if I didn't. True. Look, I need to run. I know I said I could wait, but he's sort of been waiting outside this entire time, so... Go, enjoy yourself. Oh, I will, but I think I'll be enjoying him a bit more. Goodbye, Mira. Bye, Kaylie. Remember to make the most of it. I will. I found myself awake long after I should have been for only one reason. I was hungry. I quickly devoured the chocolate bar that I'd started to keep on hand for emergencies, but I was still hungry. I guess there's only one thing to do then. I quietly made my way out of my room and down the corridors, trying to remember the exact route the Count had taken from the team room to the kitchen. When I found the familiar double doors, I immediately pushed them open and switched on the lights. I quickly began gathering ingredients for my midnight snack. I was absorbed in the act when I didn't even hear the double door swing open. Well, that, and they were remarkably quiet. Are you trying to steal my food? Oh, it's Eric without his mask. I quickly spun around to see Eric standing by the entrance. No, I'm making a midnight snack. With that many ingredients, that's not a snack. That's a 5-course meal. Damn, how much does this girl eat? How is she not, like, huge? Okay, a midnight meal then. I see. What are you doing up anyway? I couldn't sleep. Me too, although I can't sleep because I'm hungry. Are you hungry? I'm probably making too much anyway, so you can eat with me. That reminds me, Edward said that you'd asked him to eat with you. Edward? Who's he? He was your crew the day before yesterday. Oh, him! Yes, him. Was there any particular reason? I don't like eating alone. I see. In that case, I would be honored to eat with you. I would be honored to eat you. Eat you. That's an important word to leave out. It has different connotations without the with, and yeah, is that an error? I'm just gonna assume it's a typo. Oh no, it was on purpose! She's like, what? My apologies. I meant eat with you. Okay. There we go. Oh, in that case, thank you. Eric, are you a creepy spoopy guy? Are you a ghost? Are you a Dracula? Are you like I don't know, something that eats people? I think I should be thanking you. I am, after all, getting a meal out of this. He took a seat at the counter while I prepared our meal. I was just putting on the finishing touches when he spoke again. You look very much at home here. I've spent a lot of time in kitchens. I can see that. And done. I placed the plates onto the counter. I should hire you. You have too many servants already. Seriously, what do you do when you're not holding some grand event? I'm a very generous employer. As long as my orders are taken care of, they can do whatever they wish. That's another thing. You call your orders, they follow your orders to a T. I just don't know if I want to be so tied down like that. Oh? Well, then that's my loss. I ignored his comment and dug in. Well, let's see how it tastes. He took a tentative bite before digging in with gusto. This is really good! You could put a lot of world-famous restaurants I've dined in to shame, not to mention give my cook a run for his money. Now you're just teasing me. No, I'm serious. Aw, shucks. You didn't have to go that far, but thank you, Eric. No, Kaylie. I should be thanking you for this midnight snack. After a meal this good, there's no way I'll have trouble sleeping. You know my name? Of course I do. It's my duty as a host to be aware of who all my participants in the game... Of course I do. It is my duty as host to be aware of all who participate in my games. So you know I'm nothing special, then? On the contrary, I think you're quite special. Your presence has made this game interesting. But I haven't done anything. Then perhaps this is one of your skills. My skills? You mean cooking? He let out a low chuckle. Yes, the cooking. We both finished our meals and put the plates in the dishwasher. Thanks for eating with me. No, thank you. I quite enjoyed spending time with such a cute kippy. You mean kitty? No wonder the girls go crazy for him. Good night, Kaylie. Good night, Eric. Aw, I kinda wish you could date Eric. That would be cool. I woke up much later than normal the next day, thanks to my midnight snack. Today's another rest day. I don't really feel like going out, but I'm not in the mood to laze all day either. I'll just go check on Mr. Bandages. Oh yeah, he's all sicky. I asked a servant to show me the way to his room. I might have been bored, but it wasn't in the mood to get lost. I entered his room to see the Count already standing next to his bed. Mr. Bandage's eyes flicked to me, and he scowled. Not another one. Be nice. Bite me. Is that an offer? I'm cursed, aren't I? That's the only explanation. Am I interrupting something? Nothing important, I assure you. My rest. Both of you are interrupting my rest. Like I said, nothing important. Mr. Wolf chose that moment to enter the room. I guess everyone else thought to check on you too, Mr. Bandages. He let out an exaggerated groan. Why won't you people leave me alone? Because you shouldn't have to be alone when you're sick. What if I want to be alone? Mr. Wolf looked away before changing the subject. I didn't notice before, but this room is bigger than mine. Naturally. It needs to fit his ego, after all. Any response Mr. Bandages would have given was cut off by a knock at the door. That must be lunch. Mr. Wolf opened the door, and a servant wheeled in a cart filled with more food than Mr. Bandages could eat, sick or not. That's way too much food for you to eat alone, so we'll join you. You did this, didn't you? Now why would I do a thing like that? The Count took a plate from the tray, placed some food on it, and handed it to a glaring Mr. Bandages. Then the Count turned to look at us. Isn't anyone else going to eat? Mr. Bandages would. I don't care. This is enough for me. Taking that as permission, we each grabbed a plate and started piling food on. We had just finished eating when the tone for an announcement was played. Good day, everyone. It is I, your host. Who did he think we were expecting? People have been complaining about me making changes they wanted, mind you, so I have come to a few decisions. The next 2 days will be tasks like the original ones. There will no longer be the option of skipping them and receiving points. There will then be a rest day and 2 more tasks. The day after that will be our Grand Masquerade Ball, and the winning team will be announced. Dang, how long is this game? Those are my terms. I promise that they won't be changed, and that this problem will never come up in this event again. That is all. Thank you. The tone signaling the end of the announcement was played. There, aren't you glad? No more skipping, and... Don't tell me you missed what he... Oh no, I caught that. But there's nothing we... Like hell there isn't. Calm down, this isn't good for your health. How do you expect me to calm after that? After what? Eric just laid out the rules. He promised this problem will never come up again. So? Eric would never promise something like that unless he was completely sure of it. And there's only one way he could be sure it would never happen, by making it impossible. So what you're saying is that he's not going to have any more of these events? Exactly. So we won't be able to come here and spend time like this next year? Forget that. I still haven't won. Mr. Bandages stood up and walked towards the door. Where do you think you're going? I'm going to confront Eric. There's no way I'm just going to sit here and do nothing while he... You heard him. His decision has been made. There's nothing we can do. Like hell there isn't. Calm down. You're going to... I'm going to confront Eric, and you can't stop me. He flung open the door and stalked out. Mr. Bandages, wait up! Mr. Wolf hurried after him. I guess we should help Mr. Wolf make sure Mr. Bandages doesn't overexert himself. I'll leave that to the two of you. You're not coming with us? I have better things to do than watch him throw a hissy fit. I shrugged and left the room, not wanting to lose track of Mr. Bandages and Mr. Wolf. Thankfully, they didn't get far because Mr. Wolf was trying to pull Mr. Bandages back to the room. Do you know where we're going? Of course I do. So why have we passed the same vase twice? It's not the same vase, it's just similar. No, I'm pretty sure it's the same one. It's kind of a bit of a crack running down. Mr. Wolf cut himself off when he saw the murderous look on Mr. Bandage's face. I'm just gonna ask that servant for directions. Don't you dare! I ignored him and walked up to the servant. Hi, could you take us to Mr. Valdemar's room? Guests aren't allowed in his room. We won't go in. We just want to see where it is, please. Okay, follow me. I turned back to Mr. Bandages. Now you can either come with me or keep going around in circles. Your call. Fine. We followed the servant through the halls until we came to an ornate door. This leads to Master Valdemar's private court. Hey, Eric, get out here right now! Mr. Bandage's shout attracted the attention of another servant. Mr. Valdemar isn't in there right now. Then where the hell is he? I'm not sure. Then find him and bring him to me. Maybe we should come back late. No, I'm not leaving until I get a chance to tell Eric what I think about his latest announcement. Sir, please calm down. I will not calm down. Really, Mr. Bandages, I'm starting to think the only reason you attend is to harass my staff. We turned to see Elder Eric Valdemar wandering toward us with a smile while tying his cape. He took his mask from his butler and put it on before turning to face us again. Now, what was it that was so important that you felt the need to shout outside my door? What do you think you're doing? Well, I was taking a nap in the gardens before you so rudely started shouting. That's not what I meant, and you know it. That announcement. Oh, that. Yes, that. Did you really think I'd take that lying down? As hard as this may be for you to believe, that has nothing to do with you. The hell it doesn't. I have yet to win any of these silly games. If they're so silly, then you should be glad that you don't have to suffer through another year of them. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other things to do. He turned on his heel and walked away, but Mr. Bandages wouldn't have it. He strode after Eric. Don't you dare walk away from me while I'm talking to you! Mr. Wolf and I exchanged worried looks before hurrying to catch up with the two taller men. I don't see what we still have to discuss. I don't see what we still have to discuss. I've made my decision, and if you're so determined to win at least once, then you should focus on that, not me. This is your last chance, after all. Eric took a turn into one of the halls, and the heads of the occupants all swerved towards us. Don't think I'm dropping this just because you decided to make it public. You made it public with all your shouting. I'm simply attending to my duties as host. He began his descent down the stairs to the hall as though it were nothing out of the ordinary. Mr. Bandages stopped at the top of the stairs, so Mr. Wolf and I did as well. Drop this idiotic act and listen to me for once. Eric froze not even halfway down the stairs. After a moment, he squared his shoulders and turned around to face Mr. Bandages. The entire hall seemed to be holding their breath in anticipation of Eric's response. When he did speak, his voice was low and controlled. You. People leaned in closer as they strained to hear what he was saying. A sudden jostle caused me to lose my balance. As I started falling, time seemed to slow down to the point where I could see Eric's eyes widen. The next thing I knew, he was catching me in his arms. Before I could feel an ounce of relief, I felt Eric shift. He was taking a step back to compensate for the momentum, but there was no floor behind him. His action had us both falling downwards. I closed my eyes and braced myself, only to have them fly open when I felt my face collide with a hard object. Eric's face. Oh, damn. Oh my god, this music. For a moment, I was too shocked to even realize what had happened, that we had stopped falling. Oh, wacky animu hijinks! Eric didn't seem to have the same problem, though, as he turned his head to face our savior, his butler. Impeccable timing, as always. Do be careful, Master Valdemar. Eric looked down at me questioningly. Are you okay, Miss Archer? Apart from a pain in the jaw, yeah. I'm terribly sorry about that. The sound of people murmuring brought our attention to the fact that his arms were still loosely wrapped around me. His gaze was drawn to something behind me for a moment before he spoke in a low voice. I don't mean to alarm you, but your furry friend just ran off. I turned around just in time to see Mr. Wolf disappear around a corner. I quickly turned back to Eric. Thank you for saving me, but I should really go after him. By all means. I thanked him one last time before turning and running in the direction I'd seen Mr. Wolf go. I turned a corner and almost ran straight into a startled servant. Have you seen a red-faced wolf? Yeah, he went that way. I said my hasty thanks before continuing my mad dash into the direction indicated. I caught sight of Mr. Wolf as I rounded another corner. Hey, Mr. Wolf, wait up! He didn't listen, however. In fact, did he just speed up? I continued to chase him through the halls, but it wasn't long before I got frustrated with this. If he won't stop on his own, then I'll just have to make him. I guess we'll just tackle him. Oh my god! The little chibis are so cute! I broke into an all-out sprint and tackled him to the ground. Well, what are you doing? I could ask you that. Why are you running away from me? Could you get off me? Not unless you promise not to run away again. I promise. Taking him at his word, I quickly got up. So what was that about? Nothing. Because nothing makes you race through the mansion like a starving man chasing after food? Why is it a food analogy? That's not the point. Why did you run from me? When I saw you and Mr. Valdemar kiss, What do you mean? We didn't kiss. Your lips met when you were falling. More like our jaws met. The guy has a remarkably hard head. Still, a sore jaw is better than the cracked skull I would have gotten if I'd actually hit the ground. Yeah, I tried to grab hold of you, but I was too slow. If Mr. Valdemar wasn't there, you could have... He was there, and I'm fine, see? Aww. I was suddenly scooped into a bear hug. Mr. Wolf? Sorry, I'm just glad you're okay. You and me both. He let go of me and took a step back. Maybe we should take you to the on-site doctor just to be sure, though. There's an on-site doctor? Yeah, because it's a big gathering of famous people. I saw him when I went to visit my Mr. Bandages yesterday. Oh, okay. Do you have any idea where the doctor would be? I don't think I even know where we are. Then we'll just walk around until we find someone. Yeah, there's always someone nearby. It wasn't long before we found someone to lead us to the doctor's office. We entered the room only to find it empty. I wonder where the doctor is. Not here, that's for sure. Now what? We wait? Sure. It's not like I have anything better to do. You don't have to stay, though. I'm sure there's other things you'd rather be doing on your rest day. No, it's... We teammates need to look out for each other, right? Right. The sound of the door opening had both of us turning to see Eric and the doctor enter the room. I told you, I'm perfectly fine. You should... Oh, Miss Archer, it's good to see that you not only found your friend, but your way here as well. This is the girl that you fell for? What kind of man would I be if I didn't put my life on the line for a pretty lady? The kind of man whose doctor doesn't have to periodically chase him down because he managed to get himself into impossible situations. But where's the fun in that? Besides, you didn't seem to track me down. I'm fine. I'll only be sure of that once I've properly examined you. I'm not going to be able to talk you out of this, am I? I see that you're finally catching on. You should probably examine Miss Archer first, though. The doctor let out a sigh. Mr. Wolf, is it? You don't have to stay unless you have an injury of your own. Your friend is in safe hands. Actually... Do you have an injury or other health problem? No, but... If you're worried about Miss Archer, don't be. I'll personally make sure she experiences the best possible care. I'm not leaving. Mr. Wolf? I'm going to stay until I'm absolutely sure my teammate is fine. If you're sure... I am. The doctor just shrugged and got to work examining us. Mr. Wolf stayed with me through the entire checkup and even stayed by my bedside until I fell asleep. Aww. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end this episode right here for now. We will pick up and find out what the next day's challenge is on the next episode. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If you want to, don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment and a like if you want. And I will see you in the next episode of Otome Tuesday. Bye guys! Wow. This is creepy. Are these dead bodies or are these dolls? They gotta be dolls. I don't think they would be like dead hamster bodies.